Have you ever found yourself dreaming of owning a little piece of paradise? A place that's not just a getaway, but a really smart financial move? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive deep into the exciting, and yeah, sometimes tricky, world of Thailand's property market. I'm here to show you how you can turn that dream into a reality. So, let me ask you this. Can you actually have it all? I mean, a beautiful tropical escape and an investment that brings in some serious cash? It honestly sounds a little too good to be true, but in Thailand, it's a very, very real possibility. And this number right here? This is what I'm talking about. 11.4%. That is the kind of high-end rental yield you could potentially see in a prime spot like Phuket. That's a number that gets investors all over the world to stop and really pay attention. So, to help you figure all of this out, we've put together the ultimate guide. We're going to start with the why, what makes it a dream in the first place. Then we'll get into the most important rule of ownership, walk you through a smart buyer's playbook, compare the hottest places to invest, plan your exit strategy, and of course, finish up with how to avoid the biggest, most expensive mistakes. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the dream itself. What is it about Thailand that keeps pulling in foreign investors year after year? I'll tell you, it is so much more than just gorgeous beaches. The appeal is just incredibly wide. You've got retirees looking for an amazing quality of life that's also affordable. Then there's this huge wave of digital nomads who can work from anywhere, and they choose Thailand for the culture, the food, the convenience. And then you have the pure investors, the ones who see those high-yield numbers and recognize a massive opportunity for growth. Okay, let's get down to the most important legal reality check you're gonna get. Before you even think about scrolling through property listings, you have to get this one fundamental rule. Seriously, it's the foundation for everything else. So, here's the deal, plain and simple. As a foreigner, you generally cannot, I repeat, cannot own land in your own name. The Thai land code is super clear about this. But what you absolutely can do is own a condominium unit. The Condominium Act was literally created for this, and it makes buying a condo the most direct and secure way for foreigners to own property. Now, when you're looking at condos, there's a magic word you want to see. It's freehold. This is the gold standard, okay? It means you own that unit. It's yours forever. Your name goes on the title deed, called a shenote, and you have every right to sell it, get a mortgage on it, or leave it to your kids. It's the best, most secure ownership you can get. But, and this is a big but, there is one major catch with freehold ownership. The law says that in any single condo building, foreigners can only own up to 49% of the total space. The other 51% has to be owned by Thais. This is called the foreign quota, and it's absolutely crucial that your lawyer checks if there's still room in that quota before you even think about buying. Okay, so you know the rules. How do you actually do it? Knowing what's what is one thing, but actually going through the purchase process is a whole other ballgame. So here is your step-by-step playbook to make sure your purchase is safe and secure. Following these 5 steps in order is absolutely critical. It all kicks off with due diligence. And please, never ever skip hiring your own independent lawyer. After that, you'll reserve the unit, sign the main sales contract, and, this part is super important, you'll transfer the money from outside of Thailand. The final step is the big one, meeting at the land office to make it all official and get that title deed in your name. Now, in that whole process, there is one piece of paper that is completely non-negotiable. It's called the Foreign Exchange Transaction Form, or FET. This is the official proof from a Thai bank that your money for the purchase came from overseas. Let me be clear. Without this form, you cannot register the condo in your name. It is an absolute deal breaker. All right, now that we've got the legal stuff down, let's get to the really fun part, choosing where you want to buy. And trust me, the decision between a crazy bustling city and a chill tropical island is going to define your entire investment. Let's take a quick look at the top 3 hotspots. First up is Bangkok, the stable giant. Here you're looking at reliable 4 to 5% yields from a huge long-term rental market. Then you've got Phuket, the high-yield paradise, where tourism can push those returns into the double digits. And then there's Pattaya, which is this versatile mix, super easy to get to from Bangkok with a lot of high-rise options. And this chart, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? It really highlights the difference in strategy. Look at Bangkok, a solid, dependable 4.5%, a great long-term hold. But then look at Phuket's potential, 11.4%. That's in a totally different league, and it's all driven by that short-term holiday rental market. So the question for you is, are you looking for stability or are you hunting for that explosive growth?
You know, the smartest investors think about the end game right from the very beginning. Making a profit is awesome, but understanding the taxes you'll have to pay when you sell, well, that's what determines how much you actually get to keep in your pocket.
So let's ask the million-baht question, right? You've held the property, it's gone up in value, you've found a buyer, everything's great. But what's the taxman's cut? And the answer to that really depends on one very important thing: time.
It pretty much all boils down to the 5-year rule. If you sell your property within 5 years of buying it, you're going to get hit with a 3.3% tax called the specific business tax. But if you just hold on to it for more than 5 years, that tax gets replaced by a much lower 0.5% stamp duty. That's a 2.8% saving just for being a little patient. It's a huge part of your exit strategy. Okay, so let's just recap the tax stuff real quick so it's super clear. First, there's no official capital gains tax in Thailand, but your profit is treated as income and it gets taxed through a withholding tax. For foreigners, that's usually around 1 to 3%. Second, that withholding tax is on top of either the business tax or the stamp duty. And the biggest takeaway? Holding for over 5 years is the simplest way to massively cut your tax bill when you sell.
We've covered the dream, we've covered the details, but now we have to have a serious talk about the danger. This last part is about the one major pitfall, the red line that you absolutely, positively must not cross.
So because foreigners can't own land, some people get tempted by this supposed workaround. The idea is you set up a Thai company to buy the land for you. But listen to this quote from the legal experts at Lex Bangkok. This is not a legal shortcut. It's an illegal nominee structure, and you better believe the Thai authorities are cracking down on these. So how do you spot one of these risky setups? Well, here are the huge red flags. The Thai partners are just names on paper with no actual money. All the funding comes from you, the foreigner. There are these secret side deals that give you all the control. And the company doesn't actually do anything. Its only business is holding your villa. If you see this, run the other way.
And that really just leaves us with this final thought. The law gives you a clear, safe, and secure path to own a condo with a freehold title. But that temptation to own land, it leads some people down a really risky path. So you just have to ask yourself, is chasing that dream of owning a piece of land worth the very real risk of losing everything? We're talking forced sales, fines, even criminal charges. The smart money always stays on the right side of the law.